I was in rehab for 2 months, from December 18th to February 20th. I was there January 6th during the insurrection. Wouldn't have happened on my watch. Because I would have made sure. I would have made sure it didn't. Was there ever an insurrection before I went to rehab? No. Has there been one since I got out? Absolutely not. They wouldn't dare. They know Baby J is back on the streets. The whole time I was in rehab, it was very locked down for COVID, so we never got to leave the building. But I've heard at some rehabs, they take you on field trips. Like the one I was at, I guess in better times, you got to go to a farm and meet a horse. They do it a lot. It's called equine therapy. That sounds really nice. But how bad do you feel for that horse? It's born being like, one day I'm gonna win the Kentucky Derby. And its whole life is just junkies being like, okay, all right. Petting your strong leg gives me confidence.
That's what they do.
If I can lift your hoof, it means I'm ready to have my own apartment. When I first got to rehab, one of my biggest fears was that everyone was going to recognize me. Gradually, a new fear took over. I'm not like exaggerating to be funny. Fucking no one. No one knew who I was, and it was driving me.
Oh, no,
bananas.
no attention. He wants the attention.
Please don't repeat this. It was in the newspaper that I was in rehab, and I left it out. I was like, hey, oh my God, the paper's here. Get in here, you addicts. Oh my God. I wonder what's inside. Before I realized that no one knew who I was, I went to this welcome group. So like I went from the detox ward up to the men's ward where I was gonna live for a couple months. When I got there, they had this welcome group. And I'm walking in, and before I walked into the group, I said to myself, I was like, be modest. So I go in, and I sit down, and I go, hi, I'm John M. And they're all staring at me like, why are you holding for applause? And this one guy, Lenny, who I later became really good friends with, he looks at me and he goes, what do you do for a living? And all the other guys go, yeah, what do you do for a living? And I was like, and I go, I'm a stand-up comedian? And Lenny goes, you make a living that way? I was like, yeah, ask your daughter. Or your son if he's not an athlete. Ask only certain sons. I got in trouble my second week in rehab because I ordered Outback Steakhouse using Postmates. There were two things in this Pennsylvania town where I went to rehab. There was an Outback and there was a Rehab. But when I ordered the Outback, I somehow thought the delivery guy wouldn't know what the Rehab was. So I gave him the street address of the Rehab as if it was my home. And then in the special instructions, I wrote, don't stop at the big building. Drive up the hill to the brick dorm, and you'll see a 38-year-old man outside in a robe who's so excited. So the food arrives, but it gets confiscated by the RS on duty, and he calls me into his office, and he goes, "This is fucked up. This is serious." I go, "It's just Outback." He goes, "What if it's an Outback dry run?" I go, "What's an Outback dry run?" He goes, "Well, this time you order Outback, and it's just food, and we laugh it off, and we let it through. But what if you left a really big tip? So that next time you order, you go, 'Hey, remember me? I left you a really big tip.
That's what it is.
I'll give you an even bigger tip if you get me some drugs.'" I said, "Oh my God, that is a fantastic idea." I worked hard in rehab. I did what my counselors told me. When I first got there, my counselor asked me to write an autobiography of my substance use and abuse. I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Write all the big life points where you use drugs and alcohol." I said, "You mean recently or starting at age 6? He said, "Did you start drinking when you were 6? I said, "Yes." And then he gave me more paper. I tried alcohol when I was 6. I don't mean I was at a bar having a Manhattan or something. We were allowed to try beer and wine. My dad told us when we were kids, he said, "We have a European approach towards alcohol in this house." That was the only thing we had a European approach towards. Everything else, we had a very Midwestern approach, including Europe. We're like, we're not going to that place. By the time I was 13, I got drunk every weekend. My friends and I would go out on the streets of Chicago, on Lincoln Avenue, and we'd stand in front of liquor stores and try to get adults to go in and buy liquor for us.
Classic.
This was always a very dramatic process. Because we were 13, we looked 9. We'd be sitting out there like little Charles Dickens urchins, just like, "Sir, please, sir, please." They'd sometimes try to give me money. I go, "No, I give you money. And you buy me beer in this store, the one where the cashier is watching this entire exchange through the window." In 8th grade once, I said to my friends, I go, "We should only ask couples on dates, because the guy will want to buy beer for us to look cool in front of the girl." I did not understand adult first date dynamics. As if when he's dropping her off, she'd be like, "You know, I wasn't sure about you in the beginning of the night, but when I saw you buy those 2 24-packs of Natty Light using quarters and dimes,
Oh, wow.
and that 1 bottle of Boone's Farm for that really specific child, I was like, this guy might be a keeper." I started doing drugs when I was 14 with my 2 best friends, John and John.
John.
They're
And him,
not
John.
me, they're other people.
And he's John.
They were both named John. There was John O'Brien, John McNulty, and then me. My name is John Mulaney. And if you didn't know that, you were probably in rehab with me. One time when we were 16, me, John, and John, we were in a parking lot at night, and we were smoking a joint. We were getting high, and then a police car pulled in out of nowhere, like, "Ah, oh, ah." We went, "Shit." And we threw the joint we had down a sewer, and we got rid of all of our weed. But they still called us over and made us put our hands on the patrol car. They're like, "Line up and put your hands on the hood." So the 3 of us line up, and we put our hands on the patrol car. The police officer walks up to John O'Brien first, and he starts to give him a pat down. And he goes, "What's your name?" He goes, "John."
No.
And he goes to John McNulty. Starts to give him a pat down. He goes, "What's your name?" He goes, "John." Then he got to me. Before he gave me a pat down, he leaned in and whispered in my ear, "Your name better fucking not be John." They call me Baby J out on these streets.
On these streets.
Oh my goodness.